Hi, guys. My name is Manu, and welcome to another episode of Sweet Money. So, I was looking at my analytics and I realized that roughly 18% of my audience is between the ages of 18 and 24. About 15 to 16% of my audience falls between the ages of 45 and 54. And I have a big chunk of people, 55%, that falls between the ages of 24 and 45. So as I was thinking about these numbers, it's actually the audience that I want to target because based on my topic, so that was great. Roughly 83% of my audience are male and 17% are female. I do wish I had more females watching my video because this information that I try and give out is universal in my opinion. So I wish it was more of a 50-50 balance, but it is what it is. So it got me thinking. Then I thought, you know what? I got a 18% audience who's actually thinking, what should I become in life? Who are still going through the university process. And then I have their parents making up about 15, 16%, the 45 to 54-year-olds who are probably thinking, okay, well, how can I assist my child in, getting a profession? And then the ones in the middle are probably people who might be thinking of a career change. And it's very common for people to switch lanes once they realize they're not doing what they want to do. So then I thought to myself, why not talk about the CPA profession? Because that could be an option. And quite frankly, there is a severe shortage. So in order to enroll in the program, the first thing that you need is an accounting bachelor's. You need a bachelor's in accounting or business and finance. You have to hit certain number of courses in order to be accepted. Now, if you've never taken an accounting course, but you do have a university degree, you can always submit your transcripts to the CPA board, depending on which province you're in. And even for those who are international, they can also submit their transcripts. And then the CPA board will assess which courses you have to take in order to qualify for the CPA PEP. Now, PEP stands for the Professional Education Program. In addition, I want you to make note of this because I don't want you to be left holding an empty bag, is that only certain universities are accredited for the CPA program, which means if you have to take managerial accounting, you can't just go to any willy-nilly university. It has to be recognized by the CPA, and they have their list of universities. So please be aware of this very important fact. Congratulations, you've now been accepted in the PEP. You've gone to the university that you were supposed to. Your loved ones, family members, friends give you a thumbs up, just the same way how you're about to give me a thumbs up. And in addition, you're going to give me some SLC, which stands for subscribe, like, and comment. I just want to say something. I have roughly, at the time of this recording, I have 324 subscribers. And with all your assistance, my goal is to hit 1,000 by New Year. I know it's a very aggressive goal, but I do believe with your support, it is possible. So it's free for you to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does a lot for me. And it actually helps the algorithms because it reaches out to more people, which means more people will get this education, which is totally free. So please help myself and others as well by just subscribing. So thank you for that. So now you're probably wondering, okay, Manu, what's happening in this PEP course? So in this PEP course, there's 6 modules you have to complete. And usually if you pass everything in the allotted time and you study diligently, consistently, and properly, because you have to study effectively, which is an entire topic on its own, it should take you 2 years. And the program is designed that you can work full time and still complete these programs. So it's actually designed for working people, which is why I said earlier, if you want to have a career change, maybe this can be something for you. 2 common core modules that all CPA candidates must take is 1, the development of competencies in management and the development of competencies in financial accounting. And then these 2 modules break out into 6 technical competency areas, which are financial reporting, strategy and governance, management accounting, audit and assurance, finance and taxation. Then after that, you have 2 electives that allow you to focus on 2 areas of career interest, chosen from 4 different electives: assurance, mandatory for CPA candidates pursuing in public accounting; performance management; tax, mandatory for CPA candidates pursuing careers in public accounting and finance. Then one capstone integrative module, which focuses on developing enabling competencies such as leadership and professional skills, integrating core competencies. And last module is one capstone exam preparation module, which prepares you for the common final examination, which stands for CFE, that all CPA candidates must take. So for those of you who've been watching my videos regularly, thank you for that. Hopefully you've probably realized by now that I work off of facts. But today I'm actually going to make a statement, which is an opinion. So if you disagree with my opinion or you think I'm off, please let me know. The CPA website claims that in order to graduate, one of the underlying criterias is that you must be very proficient in English. Oh boy. Have you interviewed or spoken to some of the new graduates that are coming out of the program? Have you seen their resumes? Have you seen their emails? Dear members of the CPA PEP, I understand there is a shortage of accountants. I understand there's pressure from corporate Canada, corporate America, and the government to put more accountants in seats. I know you've got to push warm bodies through the system, but you have to draw the line somewhere. CPA Canada says when a student enrolls, their English proficiency has to be an 8. And this is as per the Canadian language benchmark. And when they graduate, they have to be at a 10. Now, I don't know what Canadian language benchmark is, where it comes from, who administers it. I have no knowledge about this. But what I do know is that CPA Canada needs to revisit the standards that they've put in place when it comes to language proficiency. I mean, I have seen emails from new graduates where they say thank you, and instead of YOU, I see the letter U. They've used OMG, not an OMG, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is oh my God. So it says letter OMG and LOL. I'm not 100% sure what LOL is, but I think it's laughing out loud. I could be wrong, so let me know. And they've used these abbreviations in emails to seniors, to clients. It's just ridiculous. The way they speak, they can't they speak the way they write. They don't make proper cohesive sentences. They can't articulate a thought. When you ask them something, you get answers like just because, and I don't even know what that means. So students, parents, please go back to the chalkboard and really hone in on your language skills. If you want to move up the corporate ladder, if you want to be in an executive position, you have to be very strong when it comes to writing, speaking, and comprehension. So here's a fun fact. As the title of the show suggested, there's a massive shortage in the CPA profession. And here's a fun fact for you guys. In 2016, 48,000 students wrote the CPA exam in the US. In 2021, 32,000 students wrote the exam in the US. That's a 25% drop. The last time the US saw 32,000 students write the CPA exam was in 2006. Canada is also in a similar situation, but for some reason, CPA Canada did not release their numbers. I guess it's our conservative nature. But if someone has those numbers out there and they want to sneak it out to me, I will be more than happy to publish them as long as it comes from a credible source. But I will tell you there's a shortage, and let me tell you what's causing this shortage. What's the main factors? Number one, large number of CPAs are getting close to the age of retirement. The startup ecosystem has created a larger demand for accountants. The complexities and regulations are on the uppity up because of technological advancements. There is a decrease in enrollment, and burnout is a real issue amongst the CPA brethren for which they're looking at different career alternatives. And here's another fun fact for you guys. From 2011 up till 2024, the number of small businesses has increased by 20%. Yet the number of accountants from 2011 to 2024 are almost flatlined, which means there's more small businesses per CPA, hence why the burnout. A global recruiting firm did a survey with 200 HR managers, and 40% of them said they were having trouble finding qualified CPAs. To this fact, if you watch my other video, Chillin' with My Favorite Accountant, I had mentioned even large global accounting firms are having trouble finding qualified CPAs. In addition, there is a shortage of accountants, and what ends up happening is a lot of small businesses who are starting out, who have a cash crunch, two things are happening. Number one, it is difficult to find a qualified CPA to help review the books and to have their team do the books. And then also there's this mindset of, oh, let me save a few dollars by having a non-accountant do my bookkeeping. But I want you guys to be aware of something. Your bookkeeping is the foundation of your business. If your accounting is incorrect, major critical decisions that you make surrounding your business will also be incorrect. If you go for a loan, your books are wrong, you might not get the full amount that you're worthy of. Your cash flow management will be incorrect. If you want to expand, then you might not be able to make the right sound decision whether you should expand or not because your numbers are not correct. So it's something you guys need to think about is it worth losing out on opportunities that can give multiple returns as opposed to just saving a couple of bucks on my bookkeeping? I mentioned earlier, a lot of CPAs are dropping out because of burnout. A friend of mine who's had a CPA firm for about 12 years now, we had lunch recently and he said, you know what, Manu, it's been 12 years. I'm burnt out. I don't think I can take this anymore. He's making good money. Everything is great, but the stress is just very hard on him. He's having a hard time. I, and it shows, it visibly shows on him when I saw him. So to all my CPA brethrens out there who are watching this, or for those of you who are related to CPAs and you actually care about them, please ensure you're taking care of yourself. Take your vacation, take your time off, throw your phone in the ocean for 2 weeks. It's okay. If someone's going to leave you, if a client's going to leave you because you took 2 weeks off for yourself, you don't want that client. Your health is your priority. You can only help people if you're helping yourself by getting the rest that you need. So please, guys, avoid this burnout by taking care of yourself first. All right, guys. I understand I haven't painted a very glossy picture of the accounting profession so far. That was the worst of it all. And I want to be very neutral here, the pros and the cons. So the cons are, yes, a lot of work, tough hours, burnout, so on and so forth. However, the accounting, the knowledge that you acquire doing this CPA program is just second to none. You will understand a business like no one else. You will understand dollars and the way it flows through the system like no one else. It's unbelievable how much power you have, the guidance you can provide. And because of this knowledge that CPAs obtain, they then end up starting their own businesses outside of public practice. A lot of CPAs have become real estate developers. A lot of CPAs have become distributors because they understand how monies are flowing, how profit margins are working, how cash management can be used as an effective weapon. There's also been this fear of AI taking over accounting jobs and we're just going to disappear and fall off the face of the earth. So this is my opinion on it. I do believe in 5 years, the bookkeeping profession will come to an end. 10 years max, but I think 5 years may be more realistic. And why I say this is because, for example, in QuickBooks, for those of you who have the QuickBooks app, you take a picture of your receipt and a lot of the information from the receipt gets downloaded into QuickBooks. Now the bookkeeper has to come in and review what's been uploaded and make adjustments if necessary. And to me, I thought, wow, this is just amazing progress. How much more can they do? And then during the summer of 2024, I found out, and this is just an example, like other ERPs are a lot more advanced than QuickBooks, but I'm just using QuickBooks as an example. QuickBooks fired 1,500 people from their staff globally, and then they ended up hiring 1,500 AI developers. So in my mind, I thought, wow, this app thing is pretty progressive. Like this is cool. But now it's got me thinking there's a whole different stage level they're about to go to, which will completely diminish the role of a bookkeeper. So for all of you who have done the accounting designation but haven't pursued your CPAs, this better be a wake-up call that you better get that next level of your education. Now, on the same token, today people go to non-CPAs, H&R Block, volunteers here and there to get their taxes done. In England, people do not file individual taxes. Their government just has the information, kind of how the government has our T4, T3s, T5s. They have their information and they file the individual tax. If there's a refund, they send the check. And if there's no refund and they owe money, they'll just say, here's the bill, send us the money. The same thing's about to happen in Canada. So all these street level tax preparers who are non-CPAs are going to disappear. And again, this is going to happen in the next 5 years as well. What will happen is we will need CPAs to review the more complex situations. If you have investment properties or if there's a divorce happening and there's a split of assets, so on and so forth. Information that the CRA would not have access to. Then a CPA will come into the picture. So for those of you students who have done your bachelor's, your BComs or whatever, pursue that next level. Because if you don't, you might be left without a job. So please think about this. CPAs will be in demand because for reviewing and the high level engagements, we're not going anywhere. What will disappear is the junior level work. I think that will be completely eliminated. So all said and done, here are my 4 takeaways about the CPA profession. Number 1, if you are a young adult looking for a career but don't know where to go, look into the accounting profession. Once you have a couple of years experience, your salary will jump up exponentially. So that's a plus. It's a highly respected profession and there's a shortage. We all want to be in professions where there are jobs. And this is a good place to start. Number 2, yes, AI will eliminate entry-level positions and maybe even mid-level positions. However, CPAs will be required for regulatory purposes. With this AI coming into the picture now, compliance and regulations surrounding AI are about to change the way we do our accounting and taxes. It's going to change the game. And what impact will it have on the rules? We don't know right now. And that's where we come into the picture to help figure out how do we report these changes that are happening in technology. Number 3, to all you clients out there, I made a video on why you're not getting the best bang for your dollar, but I'll say it again in a couple of sentences. Be nice to your accountant. Accountants are burning out. They will not have any issues dropping you if you are not being respectful and professional. And number 4, to all my accountants, burnout is a real thing in the profession. CPAs are leaving the profession. There is a shortage. So we don't want this to get worse because then the ones that are remaining won't be able to handle what's going on. So I need you guys to take care of yourself. And remember, it all starts with a simple conversation.